Okay, so for this training session, we're going to take just the basic, uh, just the fundamentals of using Google Drive and how to um, use this to your advantage, especially when sharing files to your teammates or maybe to your customers or to your distributors, and also YouTube on how we can create channels, playlists, and downloading and uploading videos. For now, we're just going to use just the basic information that we need in order to be able to share videos to our customers or our teammates. And then, of course, the last is using Dropbox. Now, all the other tools that we need in order to be successful in this business, we are going to also take that in succeeding sessions. As I have stated in our activities page, that we are going to have our session next week on PowerPoint, and there's also a request to discuss a little bit on using spreadsheet. And then later on, we will also be discussing on how to edit videos and how to record your presentation so that you can also make your own presentations and record it and send it to your distributors or to your prospects. So we will be doing that in succeeding sessions. Now, of course, this is just a special webinar that we do on Thursdays, but I cannot promise you that this will be every Thursday, only when I'm available. But of course, I will be inviting some speakers to also discuss other technical matters, especially in the use of social media in order to also be successful in this business. So, as far as the Google Drive is concerned, this is actually a cloud storage service that would allow you to store your documents, your photos, and your videos online. And basically, it has a component that is similar to Microsoft Word, which is for creating and editing your documents. So it's called Google Docs. And also, it has a counterpart for a spreadsheet tool called Google Sheets. And also for presentation, it has a Google Slides, just like PowerPoint. And it also allows you to have other applications for creating and editing various types of files. Now, the advantage of having Google Drive is that because it is a cloud service, it is a cloud storage service, you can imagine that you can connect several devices to the Google Drive. So, for example, if this is Google Drive, and you have your computer that is connected to it, and also your, let's say, your tablet and your iPhone, what happens is that if you are going to edit a file in your laptop, for example, then whatever is the change or whatever is the update is automatically reflected in all the other devices that are connected to your account. So you don't have to transfer file. Let's say you edit a document or a sheet in your laptop. You don't have to copy that over into the other devices, so they are automatically sync. Of course, it is not instant. You just have to wait for a few minutes before it will be updated in the other devices. You can also do the same thing on your, let's say, on your iPhone or on your other mobile phones, and whatever is the update, let's say you added a file, and that file will also be reflected in your laptop and also in your tablet and other devices that are connected to your Google Drive, to your account. Now, what is the benefits of cloud computing? Now, it is, of course, you have peace of mind here because you don't have to worry about backup, because it's like a storage that is always available online. as long as you have an internet connection or your phone is connected to a service, then you can access all your files wherever you are. Of course, it's very mobile, so you don't have to carry with you your thumb drive. And for example, if you forgot to bring your thumb drive with you and you are in a presentation, as long as you have your mobile devices, then you can basically access your file from anywhere. And it's also a good collaboration tool, especially when you want to share files or videos or documents to your teammates or maybe to your customers. And well, it says virus free, but of course nowadays you cannot really say that everything is virus free. But of course, this is maintained by a certain party like Google, so you don't have to worry about how to maintain your files, and of course the security, because that's already maintained outside of your system. And of course it is free of charge, so you don't have to pay anything. So it's like having a big storage area that is available online. Now, how do you access your Google Drive? Now, there are two ways to access your Google Drive. Of course, the simplest is you just go to this link to this website, drive.google.com. And of course, this will bring you to Google Drive. But it requires an account in Google for you to be able to access Google Drive. So if you don't have a Google account yet at this point, I would advise that you create one, because all of these services, all of these tools like YouTube and of course Google Drive would require a Google account. Now, another way of accessing Google Drive is on, let's say, if you are on google.com, you just click the tab or the applications browser here, and you would see this particular icon, Google Drive, and then you can just click on it, and then it will also bring you to your um, account login page. So this is where you will actually log in to your specific Google account. So for example, you already have existing Google accounts in your computer or in your mobile device. Well, if it's not here, for example, like right now I have two accounts here. Assuming that it is not from these two, then I can just click on the add account. And if you don't have an account right now, then you can just create an account. So let's say this is your first time to access Google Drive. So if you don't have any Google account, then you can create an account just like when you create a Gmail account. So when you create your Google account, you enter the information here, your first name, your last name, your current email address, and then of course you create a password, and then you confirm your password. You enter your birth date, your gender, your mobile phone, and then of course here there's a security code that you will enter for verification. You type it, and then you check on I agree to the Google terms of service, and then you just hit the next step button, and then it will enable you to go to the next page, which is to verify the information. So assuming that you already have a Google account or a Gmail account, so you just click on that account, and of course you enter your password, and then you sign in, and it will bring you to the main page. So in this main page, so you have here the folders where you have actually created. So just imagine a Google Drive as a big storage area, just like your thumb drive. And here you can actually create a new folder, or you can also upload a folder or upload a file, and so on. Now, on this area here are the various folders. And you can also change the color of each folder if you want to make them appear, let's say, colorful, so that you can easily identify them. So you just right click on each folder and then you change the color. And you can also right click on each folder and you'll be able to share that um, to somebody. You can also share an entire folder. So it's not only sharing a file within a folder, but you can actually share an entire folder if you want. Now, what are the various sharing options? One is private. That means that no one has access to your folder or to your file. Now, of course, if you're going to send an email with your link, then anyone with the link will be able to access it. Now, if it's public, then that means your file is searchable online, so anybody can access your file. Now, you can also share your files to individuals by typing their email on this box here. So, if you want to, let's say, share a folder or share a file, then you can just type the name or the address of the person that you want to share the file with. Now, you can also access Google Drive on your mobile device. So, for example, on your iPhone. So, how do you install the app on your mobile phone? Now, for those who are using, let's say, iPhones, then you can just go to the App Store and look for Google Drive and then install it. For those using Android phones, you can visit the Play Store and install the Google Drive from there. Now, once it is installed, on your home screen, you will see this icon. So this is the icon for the Google Drive. So once you click on it, then it's just like your desktop version where you are going to choose which account you want to use. Of course, if it's not from these two, if it's a different account, then you can click add another account. And the same thing on this login page, you enter your email address and then your password, and then you sign in. And then you will see your of course your main page is not as big as your desktop version. So here you will actually see all your files. Of course, you can just click on a folder, and that would allow you to view all the files that are contained in that folder. So, for example, like if this is my folder FLP OPP, and these are the various files, then you will be able to see all those files. Now, let's say that on one of your device that is connected to your account, let's say on your laptop, you deleted one of the files there. Let's say the OPP scripts, you deleted it in your laptop. In a few minutes, when you look at your mobile phone, then you will no longer see that particular file because it's already deleted in one of your devices. So this is what we call as a automatic update in all the devices that are connected to your account, to your Google Drive. The same thing if you're going to add a file into this phone, then that file will now be seen in your laptop and also in your other devices, like in your, let's say, in your tablet. Okay, so let's have some demo on how to use it. So you go to drive.google.com. Okay, so assuming that this is my main page, okay, let's say I'm already on the main page. So right here, this is your drive. Right now, I already have three folders here: FLP, OPP, training docs, and webinars. Okay, so let's say I'm going to click on new here. Then you can actually create a folder, or you can upload a file into an existing folder, or you can even upload an entire folder from your computer. Now, what is an upload or a download? So, for the benefit of those who are new to computers, um, when you say upload, that means you are going to get something from your computer into your Google Drive. Like it could be a file, it could be a document, or a video. Now, when you say download, that means you are going to get a file, a document from your Google Drive, and you download it to your computer. So those are the keywords here. Upload means from computer or from your device into your Google Drive. So into the cloud. Download means from Google Drive to your device. So here you can actually create a folder. Let's say we create a folder here. Let's say the folder is FLP prospects, and then create. Then you will now see that new folder on this page here. Now you can also upload a file. So let's say we upload a file from my device. Right now, I'm connected to Google Drive on my laptop. So that is now my device. So if I upload, file upload, then I will now be able to see the folders in my laptop. So let's say I will upload something here. Like let's say this fit one image. I will upload that. So click open, and it's now here on the main page. Now you will notice that it did not go to a folder. It went into the main page. Now you can actually move that to a specific folder if you want. Now you can also upload a specific folder. So let's say here you click new and folder upload. So let's say I will upload the entire folder from my, let's say this one, FLP forms. I will upload this entire folder. So from my laptop into Google Drive. So you click upload, and you will be able to upload the entire folder into your Google Drive. Okay, so you can see that the status here says upload complete. So, and if you look at the main page here on your drive, you will see that new folder FLP forms, which is already uploaded from the laptop to your Google Drive. And if you click on this particular folder here, then it contains all of these subfolders and files. Okay, then we now, as you can also see here, you are now on a specific folder inside your drive. So your main drive is called My Drive, and then you are in a specific folder called FLP Forms. So if you want to go back to your main drive, then you just click on that one. Then you go back to the main page. Now, if you go to a specific folder again, let's say here FLP OPP, you click on that, and then you will see the files that are contained in that folder. And of course, if you double click on one file here, then you will be able to view that particular file. So these are all PowerPoint presentations, so you can actually click on it and then you'll be able to view it. Again, to go back to a specific, I mean to the main one, then just click on My Drive. Okay, so any questions before we proceed? You can type your questions on the chat box, and I'll be more than willing to answer your questions. Okay, so it looks like we don't have any questions here. So let me proceed to the next one, which is using YouTube. Okay, I'm sure that a lot of you here are already using YouTube, but probably you're not yet familiar with some of the features of YouTube. Again, this particular session for today is just a very basic session on using YouTube. Like we will be discussing here how to create your account, how to create a channel, a playlist, and of course how to subscribe to a channel, how to add a video into a playlist that you have, how to download from YouTube, or how to upload a file from your computer or from any device into YouTube. And if we're going to have some advanced topics on YouTube, then we'll probably take that up in succeeding sessions. But for now, those are just the very basic topics that we're going to cover in this session for today. So YouTube is a video sharing website. So it's youtube.com. So how do you sign in? Similar to what we did in uh, Google Drive, on the YouTube let's say main page, there is an option here on the rightmost side for sign in. So assuming you already have an account with Google, just click on sign in, and same thing, you're going to enter your credentials. And assuming you don't have an account yet, so the same thing, you create your own account for Gmail. And assuming you have already your account, so let's say this is my account for YouTube, then you just click on it, enter your credentials like your password, and then sign in. Then you are now on the main page for YouTube. So this is your main page, and of course, um, on the top here, this box here, this is what you call your search box. Now on the right of the search box is like a magnifying glass. So this represents, this is actually a symbol for search. So whenever you want to search a video, then you just type a keyword here, and then you click on this magnifying glass. So for example, to search a particular video, let's say we're going to search on any video that is related to Eric Worre. So I'm sure you're familiar with Eric Worre. He's the author of that very famous GoPro. So let's say you type Eric Worre and then you click the search button here, and then you would see a lot of videos related to Eric Worre. And let's say, like for this particular video entitled How to Recruit 20 People in 30 Days, you want to subscribe to that one. So on this part here, there is a button that says subscribe. So just click on it, and then you will now be subscribed to this particular channel. And if you look at your menu bar, then on your subscriptions section, you would see that you are now subscribed to that particular channel called PGD News. And if you look at your My Channel here, this is how you are going to see your channel. Assuming you don't have a channel yet, so you will be asked how you would like your channel to appear. So you enter your profile here, your first name, your last name, your birthday, your gender, and then just hit continue. And here you're going to create a new channel. So assuming your new channel is, say, Success Driven FLP, you just click on the I agree to the pages terms and then hit the done button, and you're now able to create your channel. Of course, there is a verification area here where you will enter your phone number. Now, by the way, for those who are using, let's say, their phone for verification, like the one that I introduced to you, where you can create an email account for your prospects, for your distributors, so that you can easily get access to their temporary password. There is actually a limit to the number of times that you are using your phone for verification, let's say for text messaging. But there is actually a way out of that. What you can do is you can still use the same phone number. So you type your phone number here, so your 10-digit phone number, and instead of saying text message, just click on voice call. And once you click on continue, then you will actually be receiving a call telling you what the verification number is or what the verification code is. And you will be able to enter that on this section here. So, of course, if you've already reached the maximum limit for verification, you cannot use text messaging anymore. So, use the voice call option. This has no limit. So, enter your 10-digit phone number here, and then somebody will call you and it will tell you the verification code. So, just enter that verification code on this section here. Okay, so just like let's say you heard that the verification code is this number 868407, then you enter that and then hit continue. And you will see that your new channel is now created, Success Driven FLP. Now, what about if you are going to create playlist? So if you are on this channel that you created, just click on this playlist here and hit on the new playlist button and type your playlist title, let's say FLP, and then click on create. And you will see that your playlist FLP will now be seen on your menu section. So on the playlist section, you have FLP, and then on your subscriptions here, you will see all your subscriptions. Okay, what about if you already have a playlist and you are going to search for a specific video? Let's say this particular video, Effective Planning by Jane Litz, okay, my favorite. So what you can do here, let's say you want to add this to your playlist. Let's say you always want to view this particular video. So on this section here, there is an add to button. Just click on that one, and then you can choose to just put it under watch later, or since you already have a playlist, then just click on your playlist name or title, so FLP. Of course, if you have already created several playlists, then you can also choose which one to add this particular button or this particular video. Now, on your menu page, to add a channel, just click on add channels, and here you can put the channel name, let's say Forever Living, and then you see all of those that has Forever Living on it, and then you can just hit subscribe to which one you want to add to your channel. Okay, so let's go on how do you upload or how do you download or upload files. So again, download, this time when you say download, you are downloading from YouTube into your computer. And if you upload, you're uploading from your computer to YouTube. Now, for downloading, you can just use this free service, because actually there are other tools that you can use for downloading from YouTube, but you would have to buy them. So this is one service that I use which is free. So it's keepvid.com. So let's have a demo on how to use that. Okay, so let's say I'm on YouTube and I'm going to search, let's say, Jane Leach. Okay, for example, this one, June Success Express, Jane Leach. Click on that one, and of course the video will play. So just stop it, and then on the URL box here, you would see a link. Just copy that link, and then you go to a new tab. So keepvid.com. Okay. Then on this area here, you just paste the link that you copied from that particular video. So paste the link here, and then just hit the download button here, and then you will see several file formats that are available for you to download. So you can choose, let's say, a 480p resolution, a 720p resolution. So these are all MP4, so MPEG 4, and also there are other formats here. The one that is portable is the MP4 format. So you can choose whether 480p or MP4. So let's say we choose to download this particular format. So just click on that one, and what would happen is that it will go to your downloads folder. So as you can see, it's now downloading that file from YouTube to your computer. Okay, so we don't have to wait for that one. Now, what about if you are going to upload a file? So let's say you want to upload a file to your account. Okay, so this is my account right now. Okay, so this is my channel. So let's say here on FLP, I'm going to upload a file. So let's say here, there is a button for uploading. So what is upload? So upload means that you are getting a file from your device, let's say from your laptop, into your YouTube account. So you click on upload, and then you select the files that you want to upload. And then here you just choose the file that you want to upload. Okay, so of course it should be a video since you're uploading it into YouTube. Okay, so let's say this one. So you open it, and it is now uploading that file from your laptop to your YouTube account. So as you can see the progress of your upload, as soon as it says 100%, then you can publish it. Now, by the way, you can also see here that there is an option on how you want that file to be viewed. If it's public, that means that anybody can see it. Now, there are other options here. There is also an unlisted option, which means that it cannot be searchable. Your video cannot be searchable. So if somebody will search for your video, it will not find it. But you can share it to somebody by just sending them the link to your video. So, for example, if you have a recorded OPP and you don't want it to be on public viewing, then you can just make it unlisted. And every time you want to share it to somebody, just send them the link. Just like what I did to some of you when I shared my video presentation, my OPP. So I sent you a link to my video. So that's actually an unlisted video. But of course, if you want to do something that you want to be that you want it to be public, so if everybody want to see it, then you can just make it public. Now, private means that it is only limited to those who you have authorized to view the video. I don't advise you to do private because since we want always our information to be shared, so you only have two options, either public or unlisted, because it will be it will be very difficult for you to change option if you make it private, because you will have to keep adding the person that you want to authorize to view your video. So just choose between unlisted and public. Okay, so any questions? You can type it on the chat box. I think Glessy and Bong has a question here. For our prospects or viewer, what apps do they need? Well, they don't really need any apps because, for example, if you send them the link, like your video link, if it's done on YouTube, if they click on that link, then that video will be viewed on YouTube. So they don't need really they don't need any app there. Okay, any other questions? Okay, so let's now proceed to the third part, which is so I will now sign out from this. So using Dropbox. Again, Dropbox is like a cloud storage system. So again, it's a service that is free. You can create your account in Dropbox, and once you create an account, you can actually put files there. Any kind of file you can actually put it there, and you can also share that to others. So um, you just go to Dropbox.com, and assuming that you don't have any account yet, so what you will do first is to create your account. So you're going to sign in. Okay, you are going to sign up if you don't have any account. Okay, so here you will enter your information. So your first name, your last name, and then your email address, and then your password, and then you sign up. Now, what if you already have an account? So let's go back to the main page. Okay, so you sign in. Okay, I have Belle's email address here because she's also one of my favorites. Okay, so let's say my account samnancy at flp.com, and then my password, and then sign in. So right now I have this files that I have in my Dropbox account. So again, when you sign up for Dropbox, you are given 2 GB of data, 2 GB of storage space. So actually, that's a lot. But of course, if you feel that it is not enough, then you can actually subscribe and pay a monthly subscription to Dropbox. Or what you can do, just like what I did, I started with 2 GB, and this is like a network marketing business. If you share this to, or if you invite your friends to open a Dropbox account, you will actually be given 250 megabyte of additional space. So from 2 GB, then you will keep on adding 0.25 gig every time you invite somebody, and that somebody will also sign up. And in my case, I started with two, since I was able to expand and was able to invite a lot of people. Right now, my Dropbox account is like 6.5 gigabytes. So of course that's free. But let's say you can start with 2 GB. That would be enough. So here you also have various categories of your files. You have files, photos, and then sharing, and then links. So here are my files that I stored in this Dropbox. And of course, you this is a very good this is a very good service if you want to share very large files to your prospects. For example, like this let's say this file mp4, you want to share this to your prospect or to your teammate, but you cannot just email this because it's large, assuming it's not on YouTube either. So what you can also do is, on this section here, you just click share, and you actually have a link to the file, and anyone with that link can see it. So here you just type the email address of that person, and of course an additional message, and then you send it. So what they will see when they receive the email is this particular link. And what they do is they just click on that link when they view the email, and once they have that link, then they will be able to actually download the file into their computer. So let's say I'm going to send this to one of my account, okay? And then let's say this is a trial. So I send it, and then I'll go to my email address. So here, so as you can see, I received this email, and I have the link here. So I click on this one. Now don't play the video because it will not be complete. So here you might be tempted to just play it, so it won't be complete. Maybe about 15 minutes, then it will stop. So especially if you're sending this to your prospect, then just tell them to download the file first. So here's the download option. So when you click on download, then the file will be downloaded into your computer. And again, when you download, it automatically goes into your downloads folder. And once it once the download is completed, then you can already play the file and it will now be a complete video. Okay, so that's how simple the Dropbox is. Um, how do you upload a file from your computer into your Dropbox? So in here there is a plus sign here. You just click on that and that will enable you to upload a file from your computer into your Dropbox. Now, what about if you download, let's say from your Dropbox into your computer? So let's say here, you just click on one file here, let's say RG MP4, and there is a download button here. Just click on that one, and this file will be downloaded from the Dropbox to your computer. So from computer, I mean from Dropbox to your computer. Upload is from your computer into the Dropbox. Okay, any questions? Let's say I'll open this one now. So just type your questions on the chat box if you have any questions. Again, this presentation, this training session for today is recorded, and I will be posting of course, this is recorded as a movie file. So what I will do first is I will convert that movie file into an MP4 so that it's portable, and then I will paste the link into our activities page. So you just get the link from there, and then of course you download it into your computer. In our succeeding topics, we'll also touch on that one, on how do you record a go-to session, a go-to meeting session, and of course how to convert the file from a movie file into MPEG 4. So there are there are more sessions, training sessions that we're going to have in our team. This is just our kickoff session, and of course we always do this for our team here in West Palm, but we thought of also sharing this training to the rest of our teammates under Be Free International. So we will be doing this on Thursdays, but I cannot promise you that this will be every Thursday. And of course, as I have said, I will also be inviting speakers because there are also other IT professionals in our team that I can also tap to also share something on as far as technical stuff are concerned. Okay, so since there are no more questions, I thank you all for listening, and we hope that in our succeeding sessions, we would be able to share more of our knowledge on computers, because um, our computer knowledge is really very important as far as our business is concerned. But of course, we cannot really learn all of this in just one stop. So we will have to do this starting with the very basic information, and then later on we will go into more advanced um, topics. Okay, so feel free to also send me email if you have questions, and whenever we meet, then we can also arrange a one-on-one session with you. All right. Okay. Thank you for listening, and good night.